Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to Healing with Hila. This is your space for aligning, expanding, and reconnecting with who you truly are. I'm your host, Hila Ferguson. I'm a transpersonal hypnotherapist, life coach, and energy worker. Thank you so much for inviting me into your life. Hello, my beautiful souls. I am so excited to dedicate this episode to my latest adventure, Dance to Manifest music, affirmation songs, and really just open the whole segment again around abundance, drawing in from your frequency, moving in with joy, just really helping you guys be open to the miracles that life has to offer, and just share a little with you about my personal journey and how truly I've come to understand the concept beyond your wildest dreams and truly what that means. And so I shared a tiny bit with you guys last episode 2 weeks ago. I just started, it was just born, Dance to Manifest music, and it had exploded since. It's been 2 weeks of a whirlwind of excitement and joy for me, truly beyond my wildest dreams, on levels I did not even expect to connect with and receive. And it's just been so much fun. I want to backtrack because I feel like it actually makes a lot of sense when we look at our episodes. The last episode I gave you, I shared a tiny bit about the music and really gave you the meditation that came through. And this meditation happened and everything else exploded at the same time. And the episode before that was the Unlimited Freedom episode. And that was when I was sharing with you guys the beautiful and incredible meditation I had when I was on vacation in Mexico and moving into this vibration of unlimited freedom and what that means and as it ties into unlimited abundance. And I think I also shared with you at the time going viral with this manifestation song, Paid to Exist, that is not mine. And everything happened so fast, and I almost feel like I was a side player in all of it because there wasn't really a lot of conscious planning. And when I was in Mexico and I opened up to this frequency of unlimited freedom and truly what that means, and that's what we're all seeking when we seek abundance. When we want money in the bank, really bottom line is we want to feel this unlimited freedom that we're able to do for ourselves or our loved ones or whoever, whatever it is that's in our mind, right? That's in our mind, the highest way of serving, either again, ourselves or others. And this unlimited freedom piece was so powerful, and they gave it to me, and I felt it in my cells. And when I did, I really started to ask more and understand more. And within 4 days, it was 2 days after we got back home from Mexico, I redid a song and just playing around, having fun, found it, obsessed over it, couldn't let it go, redid a little video for it on TikTok, and it went viral. I am at 1.5 million views of that video. It brought in, I think, close to 10,000 followers for me. So they completely taught me the essence of when you're in alignment and you're just having fun and you're just open to the universe to surprise you, things happen that you didn't even plan for. And truthfully, I did not. I just followed my instincts and went with the piece that felt good, that drew me, the fun pieces. I didn't do anything because I felt like I had to. That is not a vibration I created from. I know that's a dense vibration. It doesn't bring miracles. I came from joy and excitement and literally that inner pull, stuff that wouldn't leave me, wouldn't let me go, that inner obsession. I couldn't stop. And I'm really, really learning to listen to that. And so here I am learning now about a whole genre of music I didn't even know existed, manifestation songs. Did not know that was a thing. I always thought positive music is faith music and it's more religious based. And some words don't fit for me. It doesn't vibe for me. And the style is not always my favorite. And so, but here I am diving deep into manifestation songs, manifestation music. So in the last month, I'm finding any artist I can find on streaming platforms, finding songs and adding them, and actually finding it kind of hard to find the stuff that really makes me tick. Also, because I am such a stickler for words and I've been a hypnotherapist for almost 20 years, pay so much attention to the negative subconscious phrases. So many people use in their lyrics the don'ts, the negatives, the even the don'ts, you can do a double negative and sometimes that works, but some of it is kinda negative affirmation base, right? No hustle, no begging. Those things you still affirm, subconscious still affirms that vibration, and then it has to cancel it out. And so I've just been very like, it would stick at me when I would listen to these words because the phrases would get stuck in my head. I would sing the song, find myself affirming these things, going, no, 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 I'm cleaner than that. So I've started to just keep my mind open, really attached to the songs that made sense to me. Paid to Exist was great. It did not have those. It was so powerful in that way. And really just allowed life to flow. And so fast forward, I've gotten deeperly into the whole of getting obsessed with songs. And I created my own song. I recorded this mantra on my garage band and I put it on TikTok. And so at first it was just a mantra and it was really amazing, right? And then every time I would hear it, I just kept hearing this beat. And so I went down the deep dive of going on my garage band and finding out a way to basically make it into music. And I used my AI assistant chat to help me dive deep into GarageBand in the most simple way. And so I've created my song with like their loops and their music, and I got so excited. I worked on it for hours. It was so insanely exciting, and I dropped it on TikTok. And I loved it. It made me so excited and so happy. And so I kind of looped myself into making affirmation based music without really realizing what I was doing. And then on 11/11, I was fooling around with some stuff, which was a couple of days after I dropped my other song. And I remember saying something to my friend about people creating music with AI. And I know that the Paid to Exist song was created with AI. And I know that like 99% of the other songs I was finding on Spotify were created with AI. But again, just like the podcast, I kept telling my guides, no, another thing, another platform, you're going to make me go into another stuff. Like, come on, no, no. I just want to do somebody else's things. I just want to be somebody else's podcast, same thing, right? And they're like, "Yeah, no, no, just look it up." They're like, "Just ask the AI to list you all the programs that make AI music for free and just go from there." And so I did. I told my assistant, "All right, tell me about that." And so it tells me about that, and I go with the first thing it tells me. I just kinda go in, "Oh, cool, I can make whatever, 10 songs for free using this. Okay, great." And I make a song, and it's amazing. And I was like, "Holy crap, I can make music for myself using my lyrics, my affirmations, with my prompts of music, so the music I wanna listen to." Oh my gosh, I get to make my own affirmation music for me. I can listen to affirmation music all the time now. I don't have to rely on these creators and sift through the songs that work and not work. And oh my gosh, right? So this opens up this thing. And then I go immediately to, well, I want to put it out there. I want to put it on TikTok. I want to put it on Patreon. I want to give it for free. I want to give it to people. My people deserve to hear them. And so the AI goes, oh no, you can't do that if you have their free version. You have to pay for their membership, and then you can create the songs and they're yours and they're your property, basically. So I, without even thinking, immediately upgraded, went in, started to create my own stuff on their paid platform. So it's mine. And then I put it on Patreon. And I put it on Patreon and I think, okay, well, I really want to be able to tell Alexa to play my music because me and the girls listen to Spotify through our AI bots, and it's easy to just tell it to do it. But if it's on Patreon, I can't. And then I remembered that Patreon lets you connect the podcast. So my, for instance, exclusive podcast, Midnight Thoughts, is linked through my RSS feed directly to Spotify. So people that pay for my membership can actually listen to it on Spotify. And I thought, amazing. I'll just make it into a podcast on Patreon, and then it would stream it into Spotify and I can listen to it, and my friends and my clients and whoever can listen to it also. And so I do it. I do it. I build it. I create Dance to Manifest. Totally get floored over the whole, like, I'm creating the Dance to Manifest method and course. Did not even think for a second. I'm literally creating Dance to Manifest. I mentioned that in our latest podcast. That was like a mind blower. And went for it, made it into a podcast, asked Spotify to stream it through, and I keep getting error messages. And so I let it sit, and I think I actually let it sit for a day. I don't remember the timeline. And I keep getting error messages. And it said, Spotify's removed your stuff. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's on Patreon for now. It's all cool. And then I decide to contact Spotify to figure out what's going on. So the guy goes, I'm so sorry to tell you, but you broke our community guidelines. You are not allowed to put music and call it a podcast. And I was like, no, it's totally fine. I'm so sorry I did that. And he's like, don't worry about it. If you want to do that, though, you can do this like artist thing through Spotify and you can put your music through there. And I'm just like, really, guys? We're doing this? And so they're like, it's okay. Take a deep breath, talk to your assistant chat. It'll help you. We'll kind of figure this out for you. Don't worry. It's okay. Just figure it out. You guys, do you get this? So they completely blocked me from being able to put my songs for free on Spotify. Like, and instead of getting upset, right? I was like, okay, I'm listening. There's a reason why all of this is happening. So, long story short, I figure out I need a distributor. Don't even blink. Get that all going. I figured there's something happening. Figured that I can make money, royalties off this. Like, okay, I get it all right. I get it all right legally. I do all the things. I don't drop the songs until they're distributed and dropped on the platforms. Like, I do all the things. You guys, I put my song on TikTok. It goes viral, insane viral. Okay. It's still going strong. It's doing amazing. And everybody's streaming me. People are finding me. I have truly become Dance to Manifest the artist. I think I'm up to 20,000 subscribers. Honestly, I don't check stats at all. Yesterday, my friend was like, oh my God, you have 19,000 subscribers on Spotify. And I was like, I do. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's the other thing. I have no idea. I'm like, I think that's good. They were like, no, that's really good. Um, and that's the thing. I'm just having so much fun. The only reason why I did that was because I wanted to be able to listen to my music. So long story short, Dance to Manifest is everywhere and it's doing amazing. I've been so deeply, deeply guided and inspired. The songs just come out of me, channel just, oh, magic, you guys. I just love the stuff that is happening. I have music that I enjoy and love. My daughters are singing affirmations, dancing, totally opening dialogues around that. What does that mean? I'm teaching kids about laws of the universe and what does manifesting means, and my wildest and biggest dreams coming true through something that I never even registered. It was not in the radar. I was not, one day I'm going to be making music. It opened up the ability for me to create my own backtracks for meditations. So if you heard the last podcast, I mentioned that I created all the music and really moved with the flow of the guidance and took 7 tracks and layered them. And oh, it was so beautiful. And to be able to create music is mind blowing for me because I always loved it. I wanted it. And I remember the deep frustration because I didn't have the talent. And I tried guitar and I couldn't do it because in order to strum on a guitar, like you need to hear, you need to be able to do it in the right manner, in the right pace. And I could never get it. My brain didn't wire in that way. And I tried piano, but it was just too much. And it's like I had this need within me to create, and at the same time, I just couldn't bring it into physical reality. And now we have progressed so much with technology that I'm able to literally channel. I channel the prompts that come through that craft a music that gets spat at me. And I know because if I am not in a vibration that is in alignment, that is in a high frequency, garbage comes out. It's not easy. It takes me hours. I sit with the lyrics for hours and feel them into me and create versions and feel them and breathe them. And I go with the things that my soul pings at me. If I, for a moment, deter and go into what would people like, what would make me popular, they produce garbage for me. It's been so incredibly eye opening to really witness this process of creation and how, in a way, detached I am from it, which really leads me to the meat of our episode. I really appreciate recapping the story for you guys, but truly, what I want you to focus on is those few points. Number one, creating from joy, creating from a frequency of excitement and creativity, not from a space of having to. So many of us create from a space of having to, whether it's something that we have to do because our job requires us to do for someone else, or whatever it is that we place onto ourselves. We decided to write a book. We have to finish it. We decided to create this course. We have to finish it. We decided this project. We have to finish it. I can't tell you how many people come to me as my clients and tell me that their detriment, right? Their problem is that they don't finish what they start. And I try to teach them that that is not a problem. It is what we call pollinators. As long as you allow the inner guidance to be the one that leads you from one thing to another, as long as you are led by that joy, that creative sense that says, yes, me now, do me now. And then when that stops, you feel that shift into, okay, done with that. Now do me now, this. If you are able to be the pollinator, to be the bee that goes to the flower that is like, yes, me now. And then once you're done, to go to the next, it says, yes, me now. You will create magic. Where this becomes a problem for others is the energy behind it, right? They move into the space of what is wrong with me? Why am I not finishing what I started? They go into self judgment, self hate, all those pieces that lower the frequency, which is the place in which they attract, and therefore create a reality that is not serving. So it's really about how you feel and what feelings lead you when it comes to those tasks versus did you finish them or not. Giving myself permission to make a detour from my book and to go into TikTok was the best thing I could have done for myself because that's where the richness was leading me, right? And when I did the TikTok thing and I just allowed joy to lead me, I never created because I had to. I always went from this feels really good or I'm really obsessed about this. Miracles happened. And when that video started to get all those views, everybody were like, "Oh, you're making money?" And I'm like, "No, I don't monetize on TikTok. I don't really even care about that. I just want people to find me. I want my impact. I want my reach to extend, right? All of that was happening. And then Spirit said to me, they said, watch these views. Get used to that. Watch your platform grow. Get used to that. Your platform growing means money. Your views rising means money. And what's funny is when they said that, I thought that they meant that I need to just get used to like numbers going up because that's how we check our money, right? We go in our computer, like it's how we really count bills. So I thought that's what they meant. But they literally meant that because now the amount of followers on those streaming platforms literally means money for me. The amount of views, streams, right, literally means money for me from the songs, from the music. But they got me to just get used to the feeling. And if I beat myself up for not finishing the book and finishing what I started in this membership I'm paying for, then I would be in such a different space. And when that ping moved me into my own stuff, I let that. I've created a method, Dance to Manifest course. I'm in the middle of it. I dropped it. I finished writing up stage one and moved into music because it was calling me. And the course is coming as well, and it's getting finished and it will come. But I let the flow guide me because the magic is in that. So, joy leading you, flow leading you. Understand when you force an action, when you move into forced action because you have to, for whatever story you're attached to that have to, right? For your work, personal, others, whatever. It's not going to yield magic. It truly will not bring what you want it to bring. And the second piece that I really want us to open into more and more is that your money, your abundance is not tied to your work. It is not tied to those channels that you think money comes to you from, to your hourly wages or whatever it is that you decided because physical reality showed it to you. I always say people who have the ability to receive tips are such a great example of abundance tied into your vibration because you can get a really large tip from someone or nothing. And sometimes it has nothing to do with the service you're giving, and it has everything to do with your frequency. And that's the piece that most people don't understand. They blame the other person. Oh, they're just cheap, or they're not a good client or a customer or whatever. Mm-mm. Everything has to do with your frequency, whatever it is that you're calling in from your vibration. And we are so tied into limiting ourselves with this view that our work, our jobs, is what makes our money because, well, what do you mean? Like, that's what pays my paycheck. That's what gets deposited in my bank. But the idea is that you're the one that have observed that reality so much that you have limited to be your only reality. If you stepped back and said, well, what? It's one thing. It's one thing. Yes, it is. It's there. I know it. It's a contract I signed. I expect my paycheck. Therefore, it's there. That's a good thing. But it's only one thing. And I have all these other channels and all these other ways that are completely linked and tuned into my joy or my frequency or whatever it is. How else? Show me how good it can get. Where else can this come from? Surprise me. What sits in my vibration that I am not even aware of right now, right? That's what they're teaching me. It's the potential. Right now, I'm in the middle of something going viral. That means it multiplies and multiplies. They keep telling me the better it gets, the better it gets. It's the essence of the universe. It's the law of attraction and expansion. It's true if you've ever been in the social media thing, right? Even if you don't go viral, it's a lot easier. Like once you hit like 10K, it's easier to get more than to get through that initial hump. If you talk to specialists, they tell you that. But really, it's the law of attraction and action. It's the laws of the universe. The better it gets, the better it gets. The more I started to expect my views on my videos to hit those levels, the more it happened. I opened the space for my video going viral because I've already invited physical reality to happen for me. It already was happening. Of course, another video is going to go viral. Like I had no doubt. And so, this expectation of the match, being in the vibration, even though it's not there yet, living in your delusion versus your reality. Being realistic is poison. Oh, just be realistic. Poison. The worst thing you can say to yourself and others is to be realistic. Because what you do is you ground them into their observed reality and you tell them, how dare you dream beyond it? What are you talking about? In fact, not only that, you're being judged as crazy because that's really what being realistic is, right? Because if you're not being realistic, you're crazy. You're being judged. You're out of the norm. It's not okay. And it is poison. It traps you in your reality. And if what you're trying to do is expand, get out of that reality, bring in more, and move into something different, being realistic is going to be your poison. And so allowing yourself to truly understanding that every time your brain goes into, oh, this thing is going to make me money, untether and just be like, no, 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 no. This thing is just this thing that I'm going to do and gift to the world. And therefore, universe, spirit, God, whatever it is going to bring me money. And it's been so liberating for me, especially since creating the podcast, because doing this, right? Doing Healing with Hila, it's free, you guys. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm doing all the work. Kids are out, paying a babysitter, doing my editing right now. So I am doing this because this is what needs to come out into the world. I am the physical instrument that has the privilege and the honor to take these knowings and these teachings and to have a platform to give it to you. And I am so freaking grateful to be able to do this. And my guides, my team said, don't you worry, we'll fill up your bank, we'll figure it out. Everything you ever need will be taken care of. And I said, okay, cool. Whatever way it wants to come to me, I am open. Up until a little while, I thought it would be inheritance. And then I released it and asked for my own money, and here we are. So it's just so incredible when you do this, when you start to look at yourself as the physical instrument that has the privilege, the right, the honor, right, to create on its highest level with joy, with the highest good of all in mind. And then just divorce yourself from the idea that that is the thing that makes you the money. Just give it and then open up the channel for the money to come, for the abundance to flow. Because the bottom line is also not to just, we're not just doing this. The idea is not to be the one, the gifts without opening up the receiving. I don't feel like many of you have chosen that for your lifetime. Some lifetimes we choose that, but it's okay to open it up and just say, all right, universe, pay me. No, the other thing that they've been doing with me that I love is every dollar that I spend comes back to me double again. So if I spend 20 bucks on my music thing, then I expect 40 to come back to me. If I spend $50 in my car so it can take me places and I can do my thing and raise my frequency, then I expect 100 back from it. And they're so grateful to give it because the universe is unlimited. Money, there is enough money in this universe for all of us. Another huge piece social platform taught me. Every time I would go to TikTok, I would say, there's like at least 4 billion people on this app. 4 billion people. That lets so many of us go viral. Each of us can have 1 million followers that aren't like duplicating, and we would still have 1 million followers. So that space of unlimitedness was huge. And put that in money terms, put that in abundance terms. Are you kidding me? The universe has way more supply than demand. We have more resources than any of us will ever need. And it's our vibration and our destiny, in a way, our choices before coming here and being here that dictate what that looks like. And so the more you can step into untethering yourself from those channels of abundance, the more you tell yourself, I create with joy, I create for the highest good of all, the universe pays me for it. It doesn't have to be from the specific creation, it can come from someone else. I am open, I am ready, I am willing. When I finished building my course, the Dance to Manifest method, and I felt, and I still do feel like this is $1 million idea. They came to me and they said, what if we told you that it's not going to make you the money you think it's going to make you? It's not going to be the impact you think it's going to have. It's not going to reach all these people like you thought it would. But we still want you to do it. We still want you to write it, record the videos, do the whole thing. And I said, okay, cool, whatever, sure. I'm creating because it needs to be out here. It needs to be created. And then they said to me, yeah, but we'll fill your bank account with all royalties and all this money from your songs. How would that feel? And I was like, beyond my wildest dreams. Please fill my bank account while I'm sleeping and allow me to have the freedom, to have the time to create this course and put it out. And so let yourself let go. Even if you thought this idea, right, this thing that you've invested so much time and energy, or this job you said yes to, right, is that $1 million thing and it hasn't done it. Untether yourself. It doesn't matter. This thing might lead you to the thing that will make you the $1 million. And if you didn't say yes to this thing, that chain of events would have never happened. And that's the piece they keep telling me. They laugh at me that I've created Dance to Manifest. Dance is an acronym. It has nothing to do with dancing or music. Like, it had nothing to do with it. It's just inside abundance. That's why I picked it. Oh, it's basically taking you from your dreams into just expansion of whatever it is that you want and helping you clean that up and really, really working on the gaps. And we will dedicate an episode on that method, which is just gold. And here I am, literally under this Dance to Manifest music. Like, this is my artist name. Now I'm making music, Dance to Manifest. Literally, people are dancing and manifesting with my songs. It's been amazing. And so I think I want to circle back before we end to the care for your frequency piece, right? Because even now, I can tell you, I find myself at home, and let's say I paid for a babysitter. I only have 2 hours to really record something, create something, work on my stuff that I know require time and I would like to work on it. And I'll be home and they'll be like, okay, great. Now you're going to put on music and you're going to dance. And I'm like, but I got to record a podcast and we need to finish this post. And they're like, yeah, but you're not in a vibration to sit down and do this right now. Right now, your heart has a moment alone. It just wants this moment at home to put on your music and dance. And that is that care for your frequency. There are times where they would tell me, no, you don't get to do this right now. You need to go clean. You need to go vacuum. You need to go do your dishes. You need to go dust your fans. And it's funny because there's moments where I'll be like feeling guilty, like I really shouldn't be doing this right now. No, I can clean when my kids are home. I don't need to utilize this like alone time for that, or I'm paying for somebody to have this time to do this. And they say to me, that's right. Because right now, having a clean space is more important to your frequency of being creative later than it is to create right now. And I've taught you guys this, I feel like from the beginning, especially with the podcast, they've really taught me how to like follow the breadcrumbs and how to, if it doesn't flow, change directions, flow above everything else. But really to embody this now in the work that I create and to truly see it manifest, truly come into physical form all around me, it's just been so magical. And I'm just so beyond grateful that I am able now to truly lead you guys through these manifestation ways. That honestly, in the last couple of years, this has become more of my specialty, which is teaching you how to narrow the gap, teaching you how to play as a real smart player with the rules of the universe. and utilize them. And this method that I'm creating, that's really all about closing this gap of knowing that, yes, my thoughts and feelings create my reality, but physical reality is still not here. How do I get from here to there? That's what the method is. And now we're adding the dance, we're adding the song, we're adding the joy, we're adding the piece that just makes all of this process so much fun. And watching my kids recite affirmations and feeling my impact. Millions of people right now are watching my stuff on social media and affirming back, raising their own frequency, telling me about the joy that they have cooking and listening to my songs, telling me about how that raised them from a funky day, telling me, just sharing all the positive impact that my stuff right now is having on them. And so I can't be more grateful. Leaving you really today with those notions. I hope you take them to heart. Care for that frequency of yours. Ask yourself, is this right for my vibration right now? Is there something else that I should be spending my time doing? Am I doing whatever I'm doing because I feel like I have to do this because, oh, I just shouldn't change course? Or am I doing it because it makes my heart sing? Allow that inner wise knowing to continue to lead you. Allow that guidance system to continue to carry you throughout your days and help you in making those decisions that support your highest good. I hope you check out my music, Dance to Manifest, if you haven't already, and enjoy it. Songs are coming all the time. Divine Channel works through me. I literally can't stop. I work as it comes. The lyrics are truly the pieces that I need in my life. And so I hope they support you guys as well. And I just want to thank you for joining me again. Thank you so much for inviting me into your lives. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Healing with Hila. If you'd like to hear more like that, join me on my Patreon page for exclusive content and my mini podcast, Midnight Thoughts. I'd love to hear more from you. Leave in the comments anything you would like for me to discuss in future episodes. Thank you so much for inviting me into your life. So much love your way.